What's up, guys? This is Sam OG, and this is the Blood Moon. This, I see that you won't see shit, and I cannot zoom at all. But I've waited all night. I've waited all night to come and do a Mage video with the Blood Moon in the sky. So what's up, guys? You don't see me. Now you go. There you go. Now you can see me and you can see the moon. So this is a video response to Bash Biznet about Mage the Ascension, and so I wanted to take this opportunity to use this special night. It's one of these nights when every spell, every magic, every effect you're trying to create in the reality is gonna be -3. It's gonna be so easy. You're gonna be traveling through the tapestry, you know. Shallowing is gonna be everywhere. Easy. You can walk and just go right through it. Yeah, so Bashman, I really liked your video. This video, just, you know, sharing your passion for Mage and the setting. And I was like, you know, I thought to myself, and I realized I think I never did a Mage video really before. I did a couple, you know, long time ago. So how do I see Mage? You know, I'm about to run my first Mage campaign. I'm gonna use M20, and there's a lot of noise right now. I'm on the dock of the old port, but I'm gonna try and make as clear as possible. You can see the moon changing behind me. So, you know, what is Mage for me? Mage for me, when I, you know, just like you, we talked about Mage in the past, you and I got into Mage around the same time that Phil Brucato and Unexpat announced the 20th anniversary. It got my attention. So you know, I'm not from the 90s era. I'm not from that era where everybody was gothic punk and they were playing that Mage stuff, you know. But I do, you know, I do get the feel. I do dig it. And for me, Mage is, before everything else, it's a World of Darkness game. It's an old World of Darkness game. So it has to be, you know, it has to have that feel that the 90s had. You know, that cynical Generation X, you know, life is not easy and there's no future, and you know, that kind of thing, you know, with all that came with it. But Mage is it's more than that. The way I read, I'm reading it right now, especially M20. It has that that feel of change, and they talk about it in the new Mage, like what is Mage in the new millennium thing. And Mage in the new millennium, what does it mean for me? First of all, you know, that setting, what is it? It's the idea that you can, you know, individuals can change the world, individual can manipulate reality. And the problem is, and one of these, Colin, one of the other guys is going to play in the same group with us, you know, he said to me, you know, Mage is the truth. And the reason why I loved the Mage in the first place is because I was reading the setting and I realized this is a metaphor for you know, the history of humanity. Because when you go back to this, basically the idea of Mage is that it starts from, you know, way back. The settings start way back, you know, before Christ, you know, in Egypt and all that, like way before. And what I realize, and is that it represents the evolution of beliefs, the evolution of paradigm, and the way we see the world. So the metaphysical content that's in Mage is just amazing, because Mage allows you to embody these worldviews, embody these paradigms. So whatever Mage you create, you are invited to describe your belief system, your paradigm, the way you're gonna apply it to reality. And the whole idea is that your character is dealing with individuals, stories, plot, and ideas that are coming to shake his paradigm, shake his worldview, in the way he sees reality. So the whole idea that it is a mage and that he manipulates reality, doing effect and all that, the whole idea of that is basically just that how are you going to impose the way you see things, and how the way you see things going to influence how the world is. And for me, that's just crazy. Like, I'm like, what? If when you go back to 17th century, the scientific revolution, and how that revolution, with Galileo Galilei and Kepler and all these guys, when what they did is that they imposed this new way of seeing the world, which is like the scientific way, the mathematical way, the empirism, and then what I in the setting, in the Mage setting, this is called the order of reason. This is rationality. It's when humans starts to use their reasons, their rationality to understand the world. And in the game, they describe it so well, because what happened is that religion started to go down and scientism started to go up. And the whole thing is that even today, what we see is that a lot of people kick away religion out of their life, but they embrace science as a dogma. It's like this, it's scientism, the new dogmatism of reason. And in Mage, this is the technocracy. It's so clear, it's so obvious. I'm like, wow. It's just funny. And then you have all these traditions that represent a different way of seeing the world. That obviously Mage is not perfect, it is not historically accurate, it doesn't have all that, of course not, but it gives you that structure, and it helps you understand this debate. And for me, it was amazing. I was like, oh. And then you take that on the backdrop of World of Darkness, and you take that on the backdrop of the idea that you are a mage, and you can manipulate those spheres, these elements of reality and all that. The level of abstraction was just perfect to create these nice games. The aesthetic is clean, so there you go. So talking about Mage, man, what can I say? I never played it before, but I've been reading the thing, and I'm completely addicted to reading it. It's just good. It's just good stuff. The source books are good. The little stories are good. All the kind of stories you can create. The levels of abstraction you can go with it. And the people who like Mage, they are a certain type of people as well, because if you need to get it. Because if you don't get it, you're gonna find it boring. You're gonna be, nah, I don't get it, fuck off. But if you get it, you get excited for the same reason. Then the other is like, you get that shit. You can manipulate the thing. Yeah, it's crazy. And for me, it's amazing. So when and then now, knowing that you don't have internet bash, and that you take the time to share your love for Mage like that before we get in the game, I'm like, this is the kind of stuff that motivates a GM like me. I'm like, damn it, that's nice, and let's get do it. Let's do this. Let's play. Let's do this stuff. So I'm really happy, and then I can't wait to start this game. So yeah, this is how I see Mage. For me, I want to keep it simple. I like the setting, I like the meta plot and all that. I'm gonna try to use it, kind of trying to discover it as I play. But at the same time, for me, it comes down to something really basic, something really intimate. Like, how do these characters are gonna share their views, share their paradigm, and articulate it through magic? For me, this is the whole idea of awakening, and how they go from human to mages, and how these things become clearer to them, and making these hard decisions on what way am I gonna, what tradition, what system, what beliefs am I gonna embody. All right, so I'm gonna go back to that moon, and yeah, thank you for watching. Talk to you soon.